How are you?
Hi.
Is that all right? Would you like some water?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have time to do an interview?
Sure.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for stopping. I'm gonna stand over here if that's okay. I'm Anthony. My name's Anthony.
Hello.
Hi.
Delmie.
How do you spell that?
D-E-L-M-I-E.
D-E-L-M-I-E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a hobby where I interview people. We pick a belief that you really think is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you think that you've seen a ghost, or you believe in karma.
I believe in both. Actually,
Okay.
Yes.
It really doesn't matter which belief we pick,
Mm-hmm.
but when it's very tied to your identity, you find yourself behaving differently because of your belief. Those tend to be like the really interesting talks.
I would say karma, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay if I record it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My name's Anthony, by the way. I don't know if I told you my name.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I've got another camera that's more to capture me. But yeah, don't be like freaked out by all the cameras, hopefully.
I'm a little, but it's okay.
At the end of the talk, if you are uncomfortable with it or whatever, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So you said your name is Delmie?
Yes.
Okay.
Delmira's my real name, Delmie's my nickname.
Okay. I will just go with that one. That's okay.
That's fine.
We can chat about any belief, but if it's a belief that you feel like you would be a completely different person if you didn't have it, then those are a good one to kind of pick. You mentioned karma.
Yeah.
We could talk about karma.
Choose karma.
Okay. Thanks for stopping, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Karma.
Get to relax before I get in my car to go home, so it's okay.
How far did you walk? Because I don't think I saw
The
you.
whole thing. I did the whole thing. I've been here 2.5 hours.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
because I've been here about 2 hours, and I don't think I saw you come on. So you probably got here before I did. Can you explain to me what you think karma is?
Karma is if you do something, it comes back to you, whether it's good or bad. But I believe that everything I've done, I always think, if I don't do this, if I do something bad, it's going to come back to me. And it does. I believe that it does.
Okay.
So it's really the way I live my life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good or bad, it comes back to you.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first started forming this belief?
No, I don't. I don't remember. I mean, my mom always raised me, don't do to others what you want. You know what you don't want them to do to you.
Uh-huh.
So I was raised that way, but then I guess I remember believing in karma maybe 10 years ago.
Okay. 10 years ago, what happened 10 years ago?
I did something that I shouldn't have done, and I feel like everything that's happened to me since then, I'm like, oh, it's because I did this. Of course, I'm not going to say what it was.
Yeah, you don't have to get into like the specifics. Yeah. Okay, so 10 years ago, something happened.
It wasn't like horribly bad. It wasn't like bad, but like it was something that I did that I shouldn't have done, and every little thing that happens to me that's bad, I'm like, well, it's because I did this. It has to be because I did this.
Oh, interesting. Are we talking 100 times, 1,000
it's
times?
like maybe twice a year, maybe.
Okay.
And it's not bad things, it's not like something horribly bad that's happened to me. It's just little things that happen to me here and there. Like, oh, it's because I did this, so I'm never going to do anything bad.
I see.
Of that reason.
What's an example of something that you would experience that was negative, and then it would remind you of the thing that you did?
Let me think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Men problems. Like one big one. I always get stuck with bad guys.
Okay. So you go out on a date or something and it doesn't go really right. Would you find yourself thinking that it was the event?
Probably because of that. Because it was to a guy that I was dating at the time. So
back to 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it conceivable that every negative experience that you have from this point forward for the rest of your life, you could look back and attribute it to the thing that happened 10 years ago?
Well, that's the way my thought has been. Up until this year, I'm trying not to think like that, but that's the way my thoughts have always been. It's been because of that.
Okay. That's interesting.
I know, it's terrible. But that's just it.
Do you have the ability to make this thing not true by simply stop believing in it?
Yeah, I think so. It takes time.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. But yeah.
How is it weird?
It's just weird because it's just a belief that I had, right? It's not really something that's true, but it's only because I think that way. Maybe if I just stopped thinking that way, this wouldn't happen to me. But it's because of the way that I've been thinking, right? That's the way I see it.
Okay. What would your life look like if you had the ability to discard this belief that this thing that you did 10 years ago is
I'm sorry, but I really don't think it would make a difference. Because things that have happened, I don't think it would make a difference up until today. I don't know.
In what way would your life be different? The next time, let's pretend that you no longer tie the two events together, and a week from now something bad happens to you, but you're unable or unwilling to say that thing 10 years ago was the cause. How would your life be different?
I'd probably be in a relationship right now, honestly, because I always think that I'm not in one, and it's been like this for years, and it's probably because of that, and that's the way that I've been thinking, so I probably would be in one.
Are you saying that this belief that you hold is preventing you from having a meaningful relationship?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Is this a belief that you want to discard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know how. I don't know how. Can you tell me how?
Would you like to cut that connection?
I would.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
I might be able to help you.
How is that?
By asking you a few more questions.
Okay.
We've hit our 10-minute mark.
Okay.
At the 5-minute mark, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why I said 10. Maybe because of the 10-year thing.
Yeah,
this is in my mind.
Maybe.
Okay. All right, let's explore this belief a little bit more. Okay, you currently have a belief, and correct me if this isn't what you're saying. When you experience a negative thing, maybe you have a bad date or something, you're reminded of the event that happened 10 years ago, and then you say that is the cause of it. How are you determining that event is resulting in this other thing that's happening?
I just believe that whatever goes around comes around. So I'm like, well, it must have been because of that. I don't know if there's really a connection. I don't think so, because every relationship that I've been in, whether short or long relationships, it always ends differently. It's always different. It's always something different. It's not the same thing every time.
Okay, so I think what you were saying is that you could experience something negative and it not be in any way related to the event that happened 10 years ago. But in your mind, you're making the connection. Can we talk about why you're drawing that connection between the two?
I can't think of any other reason. I can't think of any other reason. That's just what I think.
Why do you think the negative event that you might be experiencing tomorrow, a week from now or whatever, why do you think that it needs to have an explanation?
That I don't know. I just wish that I wouldn't think that way, because I honestly think that if I didn't think that way, things would be better. I don't know how, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't think I've...
How many interviews have you had?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this might be the first time where somebody has said that they have a deeply held belief that it's something that they wish that they didn't have. Although I suspect that many people do have deeply held beliefs that they wish they didn't have, but I don't think I've ever had somebody verbalize it. So I'm really fascinated.
I never verbalized it. It's the first time. So it's weird to me.
Could you convince yourself that your debts have been paid, so to speak, that you've experienced so many negative experiences because of the thing that happened 10 years ago, that you paid your dues and the next negative thing is...
I tell myself that all the time. Lately, I've been like, well, it can't be because of that. It's already been 10 years. It should be okay. Not that bad.
How many times do I need to be punished for this thing?
Yeah.
Could there be any other explanation for why you're drawing the correlation between events? Do you feel like you need to be punished for that event?
No. I feel like I've been punished enough.
Okay.
But no, I don't think I should be punished for it, but I just feel like I have been, I guess, and it's done. I'm done being punished.
Yeah.
I actually was just thinking about this yesterday, when I was hiking yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
That same exact thing, the karma thing,
how many times do I have to go through this? What do you think would be the best way for a person who wanted to stop believing something, What do you think the best way would be for them to go about doing that?
To just stop believing it. It's hard because it's something that you believe in, and it's like, I think something good has to happen for it, like something good has to come out of it for someone to not believe in. As long as you believe, it's not something that can just disappear. It's not something you can stop thinking about or stop believing. I don't know.
I wonder what that event would be. Have you ever wondered? Can you visualize what that might be?
I will now. I haven't thought about it. I just kind of like want to move on and not think about it anymore, and maybe that would help, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. Hopefully that helps. I can move on.
Yeah.
Live my life without thinking that.
Do you have any evidence to back up the relationship between events? Or is it simply a belief in your mind that you're making true?
Well, it's not only in my relationship, whatever, but I believe like with my jobs, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things I don't really want to go into detail about, but it's not just my relationship. It's
negative consequences in general.
Yeah.
You tie back to this original thing.
And it could not be that, it could just be me. But in my mind, it's because of that.
Yeah. On a scale from 0 to 100, how confident are you that this is all you making the connection and then there's...
I would have to say 50.
50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
50.
As you start pondering this conversation and you find yourself moving more towards this is really my belief and there's not some force making it happen, do you think it would be easier for you to terminate the connection?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my aunt calling me back. I was on the phone when I got here. I'll just answer.
Are they worried about you?
Probably, because they probably heard the start of the conversation and I just hung it up.
Oh, you're talking to some dude, right? If you need to take it, I completely understand.
No, it's okay. I'm about to leave.
Okay. All right.
So what is this? Are you going to have me on some website or something?
I do have a YouTube channel. I could blur your face if you want. I could just do audio only.
Please.
Can I blur your face?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please do.
Because I thought this was a great talk. And like I said, there were some unique qualities about it that I think would be really interesting for people to hear. You're not going to offend me at all, but I'd like to get a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
Do you think that this talk was helpful in any way? Was it harmful? I
think so. It's going to be, you're going to have me thinking the rest of the day on that.
Do you think that this conversation, as brief as it was, could help you abandon a belief that might not be true? Okay.
Yeah, I have to put my mind to it. That's it. I honestly wish I had chosen the ghost story because I have lots. I lived across the street from the cemetery growing up, so I have a lot of little ghost stories.
Well, this doesn't have to be a one-off.
It's a little more personal, but I would have chosen that.
If you see me again and you would like to pick up the conversation about that topic or something else, I would love it.
Okay.
Because what I'm really interested in is having 2 or 3 talks with the same person to track their progress over time. And I think it would be really interesting to keep exploring any belief, but really the one that you raised, I think was really cool. But that was it, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Very much. Nice meeting you.
All right,
See you next time.
Okay, yes, I love that. What an interesting talk there with Delmie. Like I said during the conversation, I don't think I've ever had a person verbalize that they were holding a belief that was very personal and very deeply tied to their identity that they wish that they didn't have. So that in itself, I think, makes this conversation unique. There were a lot of good pauses. Her body language is incredible. The way that she was gesturing and even crossing her arms there at one point. I've had a lot of conversations with people about karma, and I don't think they've ever gotten that deep so quickly, and that was really neat to see. It kind of seemed like at the end there that she regretted picking that topic because it got so deep so quickly. Yet I'm glad that she did, because in a way it demonstrates the emotion that can surface when you're having these types of conversations. We didn't really spend any time exploring how she determined to a 50% certainty that there was some sort of entity making that happen. But I think that if we had, she would probably lower her confidence in that, which is why I spent a little time asking if she would sever the connection with the belief as she increased her confidence that it was strictly her belief making it true. Now, it sounded at the end there that she was experiencing a little bit of regret for having surfaced such a personal conversation. I think she said she wished that she had brought up ghosts because maybe that was a safer topic for her. And honestly, I'm glad that she did raise that topic because it seems like it has such a grip on her life, and it's something that she wants to disabuse herself of. I think we probably could have explored that a little better, yet in the end, I think this was a really good talk and something that, hi. I was also very pleased at the end there when she said that she enjoyed the talk and it helped her think about this belief more than maybe she has before. And then she even said that she was here yesterday thinking about the belief too. So this is something that's been on her mind for a while. And it's really cool to have been a part of her exploration of that belief. You know what? Delmie's torment reminds me of the fear of hell that a lot of people who used to believe in a God and no longer do will often retain. It could be a real struggle to discard those ingrained beliefs, and it can take a lot of time. This is a common thing with atheists, and if it's something that you're struggling with, I'll put links in the video description to resources that might be able to help you out. I try to get into a little bit of change talk there as well. How would your life be different if you didn't have this connection between the event 10 years ago and all these negative things that are happening in your life? And I have to commend her for her willingness to participate in it. Yes, she does want her face to be blurred. I completely understand that. And I'm just so grateful that she has allowed me to share this discussion with you. In the end, I think this was a really good talk and it's something that I think will really stick with both of us for a very long time.